We are live and I'm hitting screen share and we are going all in. We've got some guest speakers tonight. I'm really excited. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Is there a picture of our team up there? Awesome. Okay. Happy Monday, Legacy United. It is August 1st already. We are coming back from Summit. And today we are actually going to have a Summit recap. So, especially for those who weren't able to make it, you are going to hear from 4 lovely ladies who are going to share with us just some takeaways. But first, I am going to go through some announcements, and it's going to take I'm going to aim for like 15 minutes because we've got a lot. I have so much to share with you that we learned at Summit, that we heard about. Hey, as you guys pop on, if you could remember to mute yourselves. I hear some background noises, and especially if you're on the phone, just hit mute. Thank you. All right, so we learned a lot at Summit, and there's a lot of takeaways, a lot of upcoming things about to go on. But first, we're going to start with our Country Heat. It has been launched, all right? It is available now. I want you guys to seriously take this seriously because Country Heat, is projected to be like just the next phase of workouts. Carl talked this week about how, we can tap into the fitness market, fitness, bodybuilders, people who are already fit. It's really easy for us to be looking forward to a new program, right? The market we're really trying to tap into is those people who don't enjoy workouts, who really don't want to do it because it seems like work. So if we can make it fun and enjoyable but still get great results, that's kind of the projected mission right now. So make sure that you get your copy. Something that I really want you guys to all understand is, we're coaches first and foremost. So being a product of the product, that's our job. I hear some background noises. You guys can just mute. That's our job, being a product of the product. And even if you're like, oh, I don't really think that this is my cup of tea, guys, I've said that as a new coach, and I want you to understand that I gave myself a kick in the pants back then, and you need to do this. This is our job. Get it you can get it in your on-demand. You can order the program. Something that's like a big pet peeve of mine is whenever I see in the team pages where people will be like, oh, can you tell me what the meal plan looks like? Or can you tell me what the workouts are like? I have someone who's asking me questions. This is why it's our job for every one of us to get it, to do it, to document it, even if it doesn't seem like it's our cup of tea. That way you have the material at hand and you can help your customers who are interested in it. Give me just a second. I see some chats going on. Okay, cool. Cool. You guys are just talking amongst yourselves. I love it. All righty.
Val.
Hey,
Val.
Hey, what's up?
You're choppy on my end. Somebody else said you work for them too, so I don't know if it's...
Am I? Okay, hold on. Let me try to close out a couple more things. I'll close out my Facebook and see if that helps. There's a storm kind of brewing, so I'm wondering if that is it. All right, is that any better? Better? Okay, cool. I closed out my tabs. All right, so get the program. I have our Country Heat coach group. It's already open. The link is in there. Get the program. Get involved. We're going to start workouts on August 8th in that group. I'll be posting my meal plans that I'm doing, some videos that I'm sharing with my challengers. I'll be giving it all to you guys. And let's really have some fun. I'm going to give away some gift cards for results. And just let's have fun. Bring the fun back to our challenge groups. And then duplicate that into our challenge groups for our challengers. Also, remember, it's our cup month. Today is the last day to register your team. Everyone should be on a team. That's just like a no duh. So get on a team if you're not. They extended it till today. If you need help, ask in the team page. We'll get you hooked up, okay? Next, our August promos. Guys, we have every challenge pack on sale. It's incredible. Country Heat, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, PiYo, size, 22-minute hardcore, the club membership, the club Beachbody on Demand, 90 days, 3-day refresh, all 140 with Shakeology, okay? And then you go to the 180, they're 180 whenever it's the kickstart, which includes the 3-day refresh. There should be no reason why we cannot hit Success Club early on in the month because of all of these amazing programs. Get to know your customers and what they want. You know, something that one of the speakers said that really struck me at Summit, his name's Vito Lafata, and he was like, you know, we as coaches should know the programs. We should know the products. That way, when someone comes to us and they're telling us what their goals are, we're going to know exactly which program would be best for them because they're telling us. He used an example of one of his new coaches. She came to him wanting to help tone up because she was doing a fitness competition. So he wasn't going to recommend her a beginner's program. You know, he wasn't going to say, let's do size. He was like, okay, since you need to body build, we're going to go with Body Beast, Hammer and Chisel, or 21 Day Fix Extreme. You know, kind of give yourself that gut check. Do you know the programs and what would best suit your customers? Are you asking them those questions? That's our job. And what's included in the challenge pack, I'll actually upload these slides in our team page so you can see them better and you can go through because I do have a lot of them. But your challenge pack is going to include the program. It's going to include Shakeology. It's going to include your premium Team Beachbody Club membership with your Beachbody on demand for 30 days. You know, you get a lot of stuff in your challenge pack. And then the kickstart, you're going to add the 3-day refresh in on your challenge pack. And then the performance pack, you can get it all as a performance pack with the supplements instead of the Shakeology. So keeping that in mind too. Alrighty, moving on. If you missed the National Wake Up Call today, go back and watch it. This is the #1 thing that I never missed as a new coach, and still to this day, 3 years in, I've never missed a National Wake Up Call. If I by chance miss it on live, I have always gone back to listen to the replay. Carl just really talked about his mission today and, you know, talking about what he sees for Team Beachbody. I always do replay on my podcast, and I listen to it in the car if I miss it live. And then here's the replay number as well if you just want to dial in on your phone. Alrighty, Coach Summit 2017 is in New Orleans. So I want you guys to make sure that you are registered. The tickets are going fast. Hotels opened up to start registering today. It is exciting. Get on that, you know, get on the train, get on, commit now, be here in a year, get excited about Summit 2017. All of the information is in your Coach online office under Coach Breaking News on the right side of your screen. Get in there, keep up to date, okay, and get registered now. Tickets are on sale, and I believe that they're on sale until the 8th, I want to say. Don't hold me to that. I don't have it on my screen. But, you know, you want to take advantage of that Summit sale price, the ticket price, and also remembering if you're a new coach and you've hit your Success Club mark your first 3 consecutive months as a coach, you hit Success Club those first 3 months, this ticket is free, all right? So if you're a brand new coach, work towards that, you know, get your ticket, or if you've already earned it, then you can sign up for your free ticket right here. Next, something really cool that is coming is the health bet, okay? And here's how it works. This is what's going on. It is going to be for anyone using the My Challenge Tracker app. And it's going to be from September 5th through October 2nd, all right? So basically what Beachbody is doing is they're putting, I believe it's $1 million into a pot. And everybody who is involved in the My Tracker app, and you're logging at least 3 workouts a week, and then at least 5, I believe it's 5 Shakeologies a week. Guys, as you're logging it and as you're talking and you're using the tracker app on the minimum days that you need to use it for, your name goes into the pot, like the pot of money. So you, your challengers, anyone using the My Challenge Tracker app, then at the end of this challenge will get a cut of the check. So you get a little check in the mail with, you know, some money for doing this, for participating. So I think that it's a really great way to get our challengers involved and get ourselves involved as well, you know, just by using this app. So make sure that I will, of course, be talking about that, but I want to get it on your radar right now. Next, the Fixate Cooking Show is coming on August 19th. Okay, it's going to be free to those on Beachbody On Demand. My mission is to get all of my customers on Beachbody On Demand, or make sure they're back on their Beachbody On Demand. And that way they're going to be all set up so they can watch the first episode that's going to be on August 19th. We're going to teach Autumn, and this is actually her brother, Bobby, who are doing this show. And they're going to teach people how to use the containers, what to cook, exactly how simple it can be, because that's like a lot of the problem right there is the portion control containers. People don't really know how to use them to cook for their families and, you know, kind of everyday life. So I'm really pumped up for this. Next is the 20s. It's a Beachbody On Demand reality TV show, and we're going to be finding the next celebrity trader. It is going to be the coolest thing ever. It's like The Bachelor. It's so cool. We saw previews of it at Summit, and it's like this hardcore looking for the next trainer, and it's starting in August. I will keep you guys updated. But man, it looks so cool. And Melanie, she's actually one of the judges, Melanie Mitro, on this show. So I'm really excited for her to be a part of this whole series. Next, what is Core de Force? This is our next new program, and our launch date will be in November. But this is going to be cardio, kickboxing, martial arts inspired total body workout. I am so pumped for this workout, but I want you to just get this on your radar. It's going to be 30 to 45 minute workouts, and it's a 30-day program. But Joel and Jericho are our trainers for this, and man, they are awesome. All right, we're almost done with these few announcements, but next is our Shakeology continuity emails. It is where Beachbody is going to be sending our customers emails letting them know that their Shakeology orders are going to be shipping, giving them the instructions on how to postpone, change flavors, cancel. It's going to be awesome, but I want you guys to get that on your radar. Check the FAQs for that. I actually forgot to put the FAQ in that section, but I'm really excited for this. It'll help our customers and help us really be able to keep up with our customers' orders and help them to change the flavors and give them, you know, the details up front of what they need to do. And then the My Challenge Tracker app, you know, if you're not using it, I suggest you figure it out. Google it, FAQ it. 3222 and 4061 are our FAQs for that. So make sure you go in there and you figure out the My Challenge Tracker app, okay? All right, and we're going to go into, I want to recognize our Success Club earners and our top producers for this past week. I finished our leaderboards today since I was in Summit, or at Summit this past week. And I know that the points are not all updated. This was just what my back office was reflecting for the month of July as of right now, an hour ago. But seriously, I am giving a huge shout out to everyone on these lists, but especially Jen Guthrie, 37 Success Club points. And then you add in her husband's Success Club points, Jamie. You know, he had 11 right there, which is she just putting it under his. But, you know, she rocked the launch. She rocked the launch. So congratulations, Jen. Lindsay Maloney at 24 Success Club points. That's insanely awesome. And, you know, everybody on here, I'm so proud of you for making Success Club your priority. That is key to your business. Our top producers, Lindsay Maloney at 570 in her personal volume. Guys, you know we always want to aim for that 500 PV a week or more. So that's awesome. Marcy at 450, Crystal at 427, you know, and the list goes on. I'm proud of you guys. Our top recruiters this week, Jen had 9 recruits. Marie Pine came in at 4, Morgan Morgus and Gina Karaki at 3. And if you are a brand new coach on this call, I want to welcome you to Legacy United. You know, your success is incredible. We're so excited to have you. And, just these team calls are definitely something to be on, as well as the National Wake Up Calls and getting plugged into team trainings, which I will be posting tomorrow what my trainings will be. Everything is starting on August 8th. So you guys will have that information tomorrow. And I thought that this calendar was a really great visual for us for the month of August. Again, I will be posting these slides for you guys to look at more closely. But our August, so each day it's just kind of like a little tip for you to post about and something that you can do. So, and then of course, every day we do our 4 vital behaviors, and inviting is at the top of that list. But I love the motto, leadership is action, not position. We learned about that at Summit. You have to take action. There's no sitting back and just waiting for success to just, kind of happen to you. It doesn't work like that. Almost done. Promise. Write this down. Mark it in your calendars right now. Okay? I hope that all of you had listened to the Dynasty Surge a couple of weeks ago. That really brought us into Summit. It was so amazing. It was done by the Bombshell Dynasty. Lindsay Matway hosted. The recording is in our team page, but we're doing a post-Summit Dynasty Surge, and I was actually super excited. I'm asked to speak on this on August 10th. Lindsay Matway, again, she's going to have some celebrity trainers on and some top coaches to give you kind of that what to do now that Summit's over, because we kind of get this analysis paralysis going on after Summit. There's all of this information, but how do we break it down and actually apply it to meet our goals, to work to that next level? So this call is going to be an amazing thing to be on. So mark it for August 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I just put together a couple little slides for you guys. I'll leave it up here for just a minute. Some pictures that I pulled from, some of your Facebook pages. I loved seeing, I was doing a little scrolling today, and I love seeing the team pictures, and I loved this as we were walking through the elite gifts. So these cool pictures were like hand painted on canvases for elite, and I got, of course, teary-eyed when I saw Allie's up there as an elite coach. And knowing the hard work that goes into being an elite coach, it's just incredible. And I hope that it's something that most, if not all of you, are pushing to achieve one day. But set those goals high, and that was just really cool. And, seeing Jen and Candace walking that stage as premier coaches this year, seriously just touched my heart. And then I was a speaker at Summit this year, my first year to speak for Summit with Katie Ersta. So it was just a really cool week. And I hope you guys all had fun. And then these pictures, I just loved it. I loved the whole experience. So thank you all for attending, and I can't wait for next year's. And all right, we are about to rock and roll. Last thing. I love this quote: a dream is just a dream. A goal is a dream with a plan. So you can mark for our August 22nd team call. I'm actually going to do a Legacy United vision board making team call. So that's going to be fun. We'll have paper. I'll be talking about it. We'll get some poster boards. I want you all to kind of be prepared. We can use pen and markers and cutouts, magazine cutouts, or you can do yours on PicMonkey, whatever you choose. But we're going to really spend some time, really, for me, teaching you how to set the goals, because I know it doesn't just come naturally for a lot of people. I'm going to teach you really how to dig deep and figure out what your goals are. Now, are you ready to be inspired and hear from some of our coaches who went to Summit? I am excited. So I'm going to stop the screen share. Cool. Give me just a sec. All right, and I am going to introduce, first of all, Marcy. And Marcy, girl, I can't even pronounce your last name now since you got married on me. So I'll let you do that whenever you come on, okay? But Marcy is one of my personally sponsored coaches. She is a 1-star diamond. She is just an incredible coach and has a team of amazing coaches who were with her at Summit. And I love it. I think it's amazing. Marcy hits Success Club every single month. I know she's pushing for some huge goals this year. But Marcy's going to give you a few of her takeaways. So Marcy, I'm going to mute myself and let you take it over.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Just give me like a wave or a thumbs up if we're good. Okay. My new last name, Val, is Kazanowski. So that's fun to say. For those that have a hard time pronouncing it, you can just call me Kaz, Marcy Kaz. It's way easier. So as Val was saying, I'm Marcy. I attended Summit this year. This was my second year attending. And let me just start by saying that if you didn't attend Summit this year, and one of the things that was holding you back from attending was being scared or not knowing who you were going to room with, or just feeling like you weren't really sure, take the time this year to make the decision to go to Summit. When I went my first year, I roomed with 2 girls who I had never met before. I had only been a coach for, I think I was coming on like the 7-month mark. And Val and my previous coach at the time said, you have to go to Summit. And because I listened to my coaches, I just said, all right, I'm going to go. So if you didn't go this year, embrace it. This is the biggest event of the year, and it's going to be a game changer for you. But I'll get into that a little bit more in a second. I'm going to try to kind of breeze through this for you guys, because I know there's quite a few of us talking. So I'll get into the nitty-gritty now. I went back to my notes from Summit, and I pulled kind of 3 takeaways. I could go on all night about all the things that I learned, but 3 things really stood out to me. And the first that I want to touch on comes from a coach, Christina Delgado. If you guys don't follow her, I started following her on Instagram. She's based out of Miami, and she was one of the speakers at Summit this year. And one thing that she said that really stuck out to me is she was talking about growing up and things that we're taught to believe. And one thing that she said was that as individuals, we are conditioned to stop instead of being taught to be unstoppable. And that really resonated to me, because a lot of times we let fear get in the way of what we're truly capable of. And I grew up in a household where my dad was an entrepreneur. My mom used to flip houses. She works in a commission-based sales job now, and it's always been instilled in me to work really hard and kind of have that entrepreneurial spirit. But that's not the case for everyone. And I think she said it right when she said we're conditioned to stop instead of being unstoppable. So try to change that mindset now that you're working in this business, that you can be unstoppable, but it has to be a mindset shift that you have to believe in. She continued to go on and say that you have to define your own success. Do not let someone else define it for you. And success can come in all shapes and sizes. You know, the minute that you decided to become a coach, that was a success. The first time that you signed a challenger, that was a success. When you became an emerald coach, striving to be an emerald coach, that is a success, right? It comes in all shapes and sizes, but you have to be the one that defines that. You can't let someone else define that for you. So that's point number 1 from that one speaker. Number 2 comes from the great Chalene Johnson. For those of you that were at Summit, if you got the chance to hear her speak, it was truly amazing. And something that she said that stuck out to me, she asked a question. Why do people want to sign up with you? Why do they want to sign up with you? We all sell the same products. So a customer could go to any one of us and be like, I think I want to get 21 Day Fix and I want a challenge pack. Great. We could sell that to them, right? But your challengers come to you because of something unique in yourself. You're putting something out to your challengers that make them attracted to you. It's all about attraction marketing, right? So that's why we're posting about our families. We're talking about our struggles. We're talking about our stories. That's what resonates with people. It's not necessarily 21 Day Fix or Country Heat or, PIO, whatever the program may be. They're not coming to you because they're like, man, I really want 21 Day Fix. And they do. They want the product, but they could go to anyone. They could go to the website and order it. They could go off the infomercial and order it, but they came to you. And they came to you because of something unique that you're putting out there. So you have to constantly be sharing your story and showing what makes you unique. That's why people are signing up with you. It's not because of the product. So when we say share your story, talk about your struggles, don't post a picture of 21 Day Fix with Shakeology and it's like straight off the corporate website. People don't want that. They want you. So remember that your uniqueness and your story is why people are going to be attracted to you. One other thing that she said that I want to touch on real quick is that people on social media or people in general need to know you, they need to believe in you, and they need to trust you. And when they know you, they believe in you, and they trust you, that's when they're going to come to you and sign up for a program or become one of your challengers or become a coach. But the only way for people to do that is for you to first know yourself, to believe in yourself, and to trust yourself. Then people will start to come to you. Hope that makes sense. And the final thought of my 3. We had the pleasure of listening to Gary, I think it's Vaynerchuk. He's the author of Jab, 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 Right Hook. If you haven't read that book, I would suggest it. And I'll be totally honest, I haven't read it yet, but I have it, so I'm going to read it. But this struck the final chord in me and made me kind of rethink how I've been going about my goals. And he talked about patience and being patient with this business. We say a lot of the times, be all in, be here in a year, right? That's the coined phrase that we all use. And I forget who it was, but someone said, why are we saying be here in a year? Be here in 3 years, be here in 5 years, be here in 15 years. And that's when you're going to see what this business can do. We can't sit here and say, and I said this in a live video to my team, so this is kind of repetitive to them today, but you can't sit there and say, I'm going to give it 3 months. And in 3 months, if I'm not successful, then I'm out. Or I'm going to give it 6 months. And if I'm not successful, then done. You can't go into it with that mindset. When you signed up as a coach, I'm sure you were told, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's going to take time. Well, 3 months would be a get-rich-quick scheme. In 3 months, you don't even have the time to learn everything that you need to know to have a successful business. It's going to take time. So I know that I'm going to be changing my verbiage from be here in a year to be here until you get to where you want to be. And that's going to take a long time. So be patient in your business. Be patient if you are trying to leave your full-time job, which a lot of you know that's a huge goal of mine. I have to be patient. And with patience, you find the virtue, right? So be patient, be here for as long as it takes, not just be here in a year. Final thought about Summit, because Val wanted us to express why we should, or why you should go to Summit. And my question to you would be, why wouldn't you go? So that's it. That's all I got for you.
Thanks, girly. That was awesome. It's so true. I'm taking notes with everything that you just said because you can't hear it too many times. Thank you so much for your takeaways. Next, we have Danielle Tucker, and she is a 1-star diamond. She is going to tell us all about her little takeaways from Summit 2. So go ahead, Danielle.
Hey everybody, welcome and thanks for having me. I'm a little sick, so bear with me. I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying because I can't really hear myself. But I'm Danielle Tucker, and like Val said, I'm a 1-star diamond coach. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3. I have a little girl that's 4, another little girl that's 3, and a little son that's 9 months. So I stay at home with them and work this business full time. Okay, so I have my notes written down here because I'm a little ADD, so I don't want to veer from what I'm trying to talk about. So, what I took away from this, I had a lot, and like Marcy said, I could sit here all night and tell you so many different things that just really, stuck with me and resonated with me a lot. So, one thing that I really liked was that they said that there was a topic, I don't even remember who it said, but our job is super important. Like, some people may say, oh, well, you're just a Beachbody coach. No, you're not just a Beachbody coach. You're a freedom maker, and you are helping people get freedom through their health, and you're helping people get freedom financially. By having them join your team and teach them to duplicate everything that you're doing and that Val's doing and that all these successful coaches are doing. You are a freedom maker. Your job is super important. You are helping people. I mean, just standing there in a room full of people where they were saying, okay, stand up if you've lost 10 pounds. And everybody would stand up. And then they would be, okay, 20 pounds and 30 pounds. And it went up, I want to say, to 196 pounds to one guy. And it just brought tears to my eyes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like we are impacting people's lives in a way that I didn't even realize. And then, this is my second summit, and I don't know why it's just now hitting me. And then watching the $100,000 winner on stage. I mean, she was a mom, and you should have seen how, unhealthy and overweight she was, and to see her story and hear her say it and the emotions that she had for what Beachbody has done for her was just amazing. So your job is important. This is important, and you are a freedom maker. That was one thing I really liked, that we are freedom makers. So that's one thing. My vision is really more, there was another 2 girls that spoke that were talking about not just trying to get challengers to join your challenge group. Like, you want to be, you want to have, like, I guess kind of picky. You want to be like, why? You want challengers that are going to actually participate. You want people that really want this, because you need to focus on, I want this challenger to get X amount of results, not just join my challenge group and hope they lose some pounds and hope they do the program. Really focus on what they want. Like, really dig deep with them, like get on a call with them and get on a Zoom call before the challenge even starts and talk with them, get personable and talk with them about, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want, not just a physical transformation, but a mental transformation, because most of you know that that doing this, like a workout program and becoming healthy is first and foremost, it's a mental shift in what you're doing, because if you can't mentally get yourself geared to doing it, you'll easily quit. So that was one of my things. Why are events so important? So events for me, it brings this business to life for me. It's a reality. It brings it into reality. Like, you see that you hear about these coaches, you hear about Val's success, you hear about, Melanie Mitra's success and all these people's success. But when you go to these events and you actually physically meet these people, you're like, wow, they are just normal people. They are just like me. They are stay-at-home moms. They are working moms. They are single moms, and they've done it. But how did they do it? It's because they showed up every day and they were consistent in their business. And to like, go back on like what Marcy said, don't just be here in a year. Well, you can be here in a year and you can be here 3 years from now. But if you're not here fully immersed in this business, like, well, then what's the point of even being here 3 years from now? You have to be here fully immersed every single day. And I'm talking to myself too, because it's not easy. It's work, and, to me, yeah, a get rich quick business could be like 3 months, but really honestly, like if you look at Val's success or Melanie's success in 3 to 5 years, to me, that's get rich quick, because that's not, you think about that in the grand scheme of things and how long your life is, 3 to 5 years, whatever, 15 years, that's not long. Like, so I do consider it a get rich quick business, depending on what your quick, what your definition of quick is, but you have to be here immersed in the business, because if you're here in a year and you're here in 3 years and you're not doing shit, you're not going to be making it. You're not going to be having the success that you dream to have. Hey baby, can you go with daddy? Go hang out with daddy.
No, you have to make a password VR and my take a watch.
Okay, I'll help you in just a minute. Okay, thank you. So sorry, I got a little distracted. But anyways, they make, going to Summit, it really makes this life or this business come to life for me, and lets me know that everybody else, we are all very much alike. Stay-at-home moms, working moms, single moms, all of it. And if they can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to put your mind to it. So stay consistent. Another thing that Marcy touched on that I really liked, I really like that Gary Vee, I can't even pronounce his last name, so I just call him Gary Vee. The lack of patience. Like, I'm a very impatient person, and it's so true because I had a coach that first started about a year into my business. She said, okay, I'm going to give this a month. And if I don't see any success in a month, I'm not going to do it. It's not for me. And I just started laughing, and I'm a very sarcastic person. So yeah, I started laughing. It hurt her feelings. And I'm like, well, you can't just, my husband's been building a business for 4 years now, and we still have not been seeing the return on the time and effort and money he's put into it. But next year, I guarantee you that business is going to blow up because he's put his heart and soul into it every single day for however many 365 days times 4 is. He has put his heart and soul into that business, and next year it's going to blow up. His hard work is going to pay off. So be patient. That's the one thing. Be patient. Now, here's another thing. If you have a question, this is what I really liked. If you have a question about something, freaking Google it. That is you have all the answers to life's questions right there on Google. If you have a question about how to run a Facebook ad or how to, gain followers on Instagram, whatever, Google it. You can find, even with Beachbody, if you can go to Melanie Mitro's or Val's or YouTube thing and type in their YouTube page, and you can Google or you can search anything that you're looking for on this business. Look for it. All the answers are right there. Another thing I took away was put money back into your business. If you get $50 a paycheck, take 15 of it and start running some Facebook ads. You have to invest in this business just as much as your time. Take a little portion of that money that you're making and invest in your business. And there you go. Google on how to run, Facebook ads. Here's the one last thing that I want to say that Gary Vee had talked about, which was funny because I had already done. He said he wants you to go to a retirement home and talk to 15 90-year-olds and ask them and talk to them about regret. Okay. Well, my grandma is sitting in a nursing home right now. And about a couple months ago, I was sitting there talking to her, just asking her all the kinds of questions, just soaking in my last moments with her. And I asked her, I said, Grandma, what are a couple things in life that you regret? She told me 2 things: not pursuing her singing career. And you want to know why she didn't pursue her singing career? Fear. She is now on her deathbed And she regrets not pursuing her singing career all because she was scared. Like that is to me is just like, I never want to be on my deathbed and think, oh, I didn't pursue my Beachbody business and I wasn't successful in it and regret it because I was lazy or fearful or impatient. Like, to me, that's just three things that are just so, I don't even know the words for it because I'm just so passionate about that. But then another thing that she was regretted was not taking care of her health. She never worked out a day in her life. That's why she's 80 years old and she can't even walk and she hasn't been able to walk. She can't even feed herself. Not taking care of her health and, not eating correctly, both things. So regret. If you have the chance, that was one thing you should do. Go to a nursing home and talk to 15, 90-year-olds and talk to them about regret and then come back and tell us if you want to quit in 3 months. So those are my takeaways.
Thank you so much, Danielle. I appreciate that. Next, we have Steph Williamson. She attended Summit too. She is a Diamond coach, and I am excited to hear from you, Steph. Go ahead and take it away. Are you there? I'm looking for you to make sure you're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself starting out so that you can understand kind of where I'm coming from with this. I started out just like several coaches that just wanted to lose some weight and get my Shakeology at a discount. I never intended to work the business. I never intended to even like the business because I don't sell things. So anyway, after I started the 21-day fix, people started asking what I was doing, and it took off from there. I fell in love with the business and ran as fast as I could to reach goals. The thing that Summit did for me that I think I missed out on early on, I've been a coach for a year, and I really wish I would have gone to Summit last year, was defining my why. You hear over and over again that your why should make you cry. And initially my why was to just help people. And while that's noble and that's not going to carry you through the hard times. And in my business at the beginning of the year, I had a real hard time pushing through because I didn't have that why to cling to. And you've heard the other coaches touch on it, but we are freedom makers. And most people do want more freedom in their lives. I want to take my kids to Disney World. I want to have the freedom. My husband would like to go elk hunting in Colorado. I would like to be able to give him those things and let him do those things. And so listening to these coaches, I don't think until Summit I truly believed that it was possible to do all those things and have that freedom. And so it became a reality for me as I was sitting there that all those things were possible if we just dig deep and keep going. Another thing that stuck out for me was not every coach was a size 2. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, in my mind, I was not going to be successful because I'm not a size 2. Nor will I probably ever be a size 2, just to be honest. There were coaches from all different backgrounds, all different body types, all different sizes. And it just kind of reiterated to me that you don't have to have a six-pack to be a successful coach and for people to follow you. And we hear that all the time. But again, being there, being surrounded by everyone made that a reality. Another thing that I took was from Chalene Johnson. And we did a workout with Chalene Johnson. And she, throughout the workout, would stop and talk about business. And if any of you listen to her podcast, she's super motivational and has her priorities in line as far as her children and things like that go. But her message was keep going. Whatever you have to do, if you have to slow down because things in your life happen, you keep going. If you have to crawl, that's fine, but don't you dare freaking quit. And I just took that away with me. Quitting has to be non-negotiable for you. That can't even be an option for you. Quitting cannot be an option or you will not make it because there's going to be hard times in your life. that you have to overcome, but you cannot quit. The final thing, and this, I kind of touched on this earlier about the body types, but be you. As I think Marcy said earlier, people are attracted to you. They're attracted to the products. The products are awesome. You know, people get amazing results. We watched all these people come across the stage that had lost over 100 pounds. And to me, that's just incredible. Not necessarily what you see on the scale, but what they gained by losing that weight. But be you. You are enough. There are people that need you. And if you decide not to work this business and not to have that impact, just think about the people that are going to miss out on you and may not have those transformations that they would have had. I'm going to leave you with one last quote that really hit me. Moving is never a mistake, but move. So don't sit there and be afraid to try something new just because you're scared you're going to get it wrong. Fail forward. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Steph. I loved hearing your takeaways. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Our last speaker up is Jen Guthrie. She is a 2-star Diamond Premier coach, 3-star Diamond qualifying, and she is going to give you her takeaways.
Yay! I'm so excited. I'm like, I get so anxious. Like when Stephanie said she was finishing, I was like, oh my God, it's my turn. Okay, so the biggest takeaways from Summit. Number 1, own your decision to be a coach. And this was actually put into terms in the car by Jamie. So I have to give him a shout out because he's the one who put it into terms. He was like, my biggest takeaway is to own your decision to be a coach and be confident in doing what you're doing. So you decided to be here, so freaking own it. If you're like half in, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out, then you're not all in and you're not here to own a business. And that's just the bottom line. So if you decided to be a coach, there was something that pulled you in and you need to figure out what that is and you need to run with it. Okay. And that leads me to my next takeaway. It was from Shaun T. He was talking about transparency, because all the time it is so much easier to tell yourself, well, I'm really doing this because of this, when we all freaking know you're lying to us and you're lying to yourself, because there's a bigger reason or you wouldn't be here. There's not a single one of you on this call, not a single one that is on this call that's just here because they like it. That's a lie, and I'm never going to take that. There's a bigger reason, and it's time that you own up to it and be transparent with yourself and tell yourself the real reason why you're here. Give yourself a gut check and chase after it. If you are trying to convince yourself of the easier way, of the way that's inspired by fear, of the way, like, for example, I have coaches tell me, I want to sign up because one day I want to be a stay-at-home mom. 3 months later, oh, well, you know, like, I like it, but it just takes up a lot of time. Okay, that's because you're lying, you're pushing your real why out of your head because it's easier to focus on what's easier at the time. Okay, so you got to dig deep and find out why you're really here, and don't kid around with yourself and don't kid around with anybody else as well. All right, next point leads right after that. And so many people said this, from Gary Vee, and Marcy touched on it, and Danielle touched on it, and Stephanie touched on it. You have to freaking do the work. Okay, I was listening to, I can't remember who it was, talk about a Subway sandwich. If you go and get a job at Subway right now, right this moment, the owner, the manager, they're going to give you everything you need to be successful. They're going to give you scripts on the sandwiches. I actually worked in a sandwich shop, and this is so true. Okay, you're going to get a script, a guide. This is what goes on this sandwich. This is what goes on this sandwich. This is your customer service thing. This is how you talk to people. This is how you take an order. But you know what they're not going to do? Make the sandwich for you. They're not going to do it. You're going to have to get in there, use the resources they're giving you, and you're going to have to make it yourself, okay? And I know that sounds tough because when they first said it, I was like, ouch, but they're right. So it's back to who said Google it? Marcy? Like, if you feel like, or Danielle said Google it. Like, if you feel like you can't do something because you might not know, or maybe you don't know the right thing to say, if you don't make the sandwich, you're not going to eat, people, okay? You got to make something. You got to try. Get out the bread, and then maybe we can guide you through the rest, but you have to show up and try a little bit. Lisa's like, oh my God, it's true. You're going to be hungry. So you gotta take the resources. Val gives you everything. Melanie gives us everything. I'm confident that whoever runs your team page gives you everything you need to be successful. All right, but you have to do the work. I don't know if you ever see, but like Danielle has her kids right now. Like she's still working and she's still trying to be a mom and she's talking to her kids. Okay. I already know Marcy worked today because I talked to her earlier. Marcy worked and she's up till 9. Today was my first day back to school and I haven't sat down all day and I was just eating dinner listening to this call. Okay. Would it be easier to turn it down and go sit and watch TV and do it? Absolutely. Does that sound more appealing? Absolutely. Is that going to build me a 6-figure income by this time next year? No, it's not. Okay. So you got to be real with yourself and think about those little sacrifices that you can make that are going to bring this far, because I get a lot, oh, Jen, you're lucky. And Gary Vaynerchuk said this too, and I loved it. Like, you're so lucky because you get to do this. No, Rick, if you were in there, you heard him say it. No, Rick, I'm not lucky. Because when you were out picking up chicks in Jersey Shore, I was working, okay? And that's the mindset that it takes. And that like struck home with me because we all hear it. Successful people hear it all the time. Val, how'd you get so lucky? Marcy, you're so lucky. No, they're not lucky. They work their freaking butts off, okay? Edited version. All right, and then the last thing, product of the product. They talked about this so much, and I was like shocked when Carl Deichler said that coaches, like when he was like, you need to commit to starting a program from start to finish. I was like, why is that even a problem? Like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. It's pathetic that he even has to say that. Like, that's ridiculous. Having to convince 40,000 coaches that they should be completing programs, I just think that's a no-brainer. So if you're not on track with your own health and fitness, I just truly don't understand how you can expect anyone to want you to coach them. That makes no sense to me, and it shouldn't make sense to you, okay? You have to take care of your stuff first, and part of working this business is getting through your fitness and nutrition and being a product of the product. And that's the number one most important vital behavior, okay? Because all of the rest falls into place with you being the product of the product. You're drinking Shakeology, you're doing your workouts, you're showing your before and after pictures, okay? Not your friends, not your teammates. And that's okay every now and then. I'm not saying that's wrong, but like there are other companies that are like, check out my teammates' results. And they message me and say, hey, Jen, you want to buy this, I'll just say it, wrap for me? And I'm like, sure, send me a picture of your results. Oh, well, no, because they're not a product of the product. So you should always be prepared to say, yeah, sure, 1 second, let me get my picture. Okay, you have to be a product of the product. And my last point, driving home, are you making it fun? Because this business is a lot of freaking fun. We basically get to hang out all day with some of our best friends and we get to change people's lives. Okay, is it a lot of work? Yes, absolutely. But if your mindset is approaching it like miserable, then you're going to be miserable. Like, make it fun. Show your personality. Get out there. Tell people why you're here. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them what a challenge group is. Tell them what a challenge pack is. Tell them why you're a coach. Okay? Make it fun. Don't approach this like, I saw a lot of us, myself included, we get on calls and this is always fun. And Marcy actually sent me a picture and a text, and she said, you look so thrilled like right now. And sorry, Marcy, RBF, can't help. But like, it's true. So immediately I was like, oh my gosh, I do look like I'm miserable. I need to like perk up because I have teammates on here who look to me as their mentor, as their leader. And what does it say to my team if I'm sitting here like this? Okay. So you got to be always thinking about those things and making it fun. So those are my biggest takeaways, and they're definitely things I'm implementing like right now. So any transparent cover that I've kept over my face in my business is officially ripped off. Can't tell. And like, this train is moving, and I hope yours is moving too. So that's all I got. Thanks for letting me talk, Val.
Boom, mic drop. I mean, I don't even know what to say after that. That was awesome. All 4 of you did amazing. Jen, you brought it home. And it's true. Everything that they just said is true. Like, you cannot go above and beyond anymore. And, I'm going to actually close it out here with something that Carl said. And he was talking about, I don't remember if it was him at the hospital, someone who had to go to the hospital basically and get their vitals checked. They were, having some problems. And he was like, oh, it dawned on me. Vital behaviors. We say we have the vital behaviors. So basically, if you don't have vitals for your body, then you're going to be dead. So it's the exact same thing with your business. If you don't do your 4 vital behaviors every day, your business is dead. So if you haven't even gotten off of the ground yet, if you haven't even started, guys, you have to just do your vital behaviors. Product of the product. Bam, every one of them covered that, right? Do a program. How many times? I've been preaching for about a month now. Country Heat, this is your best option. Get Country Heat and do it. Or pick a program. Every one of them is on sale. Do something and do it from start to finish. Show your progress. So many coaches, I see so many. You're like talking about, oh, I'm going to do this program on social media. I never see result pictures. Never hear you talk, not you, but some of you, never hear about anything that you're doing or you're feeling better. You're losing a few inches. You're toning. You're noticing changes here and there. Just talk about that kind of stuff, right? Drinking your Shakeology, talking about that, using the products, inviting personal development. I noticed a few minutes ago that like my whole bookshelf over here was like in the picture. I've read every one of those books more than once. I hate to read. People, like I don't enjoy reading, but it's my job. So I read at least 30 minutes a day, okay? And inviting, I know it's uncomfortable. I know it can be scary at first. But you know what I told myself? I cannot pay my bills with other people's opinions. So I'm inviting and I'm building relationships with people every single day. And you know what? I make it fun. Jen just brought that home. Make it fun. I have met the coolest people ever. And you know what? The people who say, don't ever message me again, I say, okay. And sometimes they block me. That's okay. 10% of people, from the second that they look at you, 10% of people are not going to like you just because you're you, okay? Grow some thick skin. You'll be okay because you're going to meet best friends just like we all got to hang out this week. You guys, I think that every one of you that I've talked to who was just speaking today, you asked me what my favorite part of Summit was. That's like what I've been asking every coach. So if you were at Summit and I saw you, I know that I said, hey, what's been your favorite part so far? Or what do you hope to learn at Summit? So whenever you ask me that question, my favorite part of Summit was at our Thursday meet and greet where I got to meet every one of you that came. At one point, I stood up on this like balcony thing because our team kind of congregated to one section of the building. And I just stood there, just looking. And like, it's like that proud mama moment. Like, I can't even explain the joy that just like overcame me. And it was like that take your breath away feeling. Because I'm like, one decision that I made 3 years ago, just one, to get myself healthy first and stop poo-pooing on, oh, poor me. I can't work out every day. I can't wake up at 5 a.m. I'm not meant to have, I am meant to have the fluff. I'm meant to be 20 pounds overweight. That's what I used to tell myself. Then I finally decided, no, if I can help myself and in turn help one person, I'll be good. You guys, our team is about to cross the 3,000 member mark. 3,000 people that we are impacting and we're changing. And that's just coaches. That's not even our challengers. You have such an ability to create a ripple effect. You just have to overcome the fear. And it really did. It touched me when Danielle was talking about her grandma and, the regret. That was huge. That was flowing at Summit. The biggest thing is regret because we can't get out of our own heads. Get out of your own damn head. Just do this. You are all here. Jen touched on it, and I actually had it written down before she even said it. It was what I wanted to close with. Every one of you on this call, every one of you listening to the playback of this, every one of you signed up because you want more for your life. You don't just want to help somebody. We all say it. That's part of our job. You want more. You want the freedom in some way. And success looks different to everybody. Okay, so you don't have to be, I want to be a top coach. I want to be an elite coach. That might not be your goal, and that is perfectly okay. But if you're here to create any kind of a difference in your life and in other people's lives, the number one goal that you should never miss every month is Success Club, because that is 3 people. 3. And if you're doing your vital behaviors and you're asking questions and you're getting involved with the team and you're on these calls and you listen to the National Wake Up Call, you will have no problem hitting Success Club 5 or higher. I promise you that. And you can ask every single coach on here who hit Success Club. The only thing that they do is their 1 hour of vital behaviors and inviting. And you can invite from the passenger seat of the car. You can invite from your bed. You can invite from, wherever you're at. While you're watching your TV show, if you don't want to give that up yet, you can sit there and you can invite while doing the same thing. All right? So I'm going to leave you with this. What is your purpose? This was my closing statement at Summit as I was speaking. What is your mission and how does it connect to Beachbodies? You are meant for more. You are meant for greatness. This team is going forward. I am driving this train and it is going. Are you going to be a runner with us? Are you going to make an impact? Are you going forward with us? We're going, and I want all of you to be on it, but I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. So I hope that you enjoyed this call tonight. I hope that you can answer what your mission is. What is your purpose? Be unique to you and shine your light. All right? And don't forget, lastly, Super Saturday is this weekend. Find a Super Saturday near you. We will be hosting in Gulfport Saturday morning, 9 to 12. Get registered. Look on your back office. It'll tell you where there is a Super Saturday near you. And let's rock it out. So I hope you guys have a beautiful Monday. And thank you so much for logging on. Have a good night.